Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And let me try one more time to explain why institutional investors is totally connected to regulation and on-demand liquidity. I think it's still being missed because even in the last 24 hours, I heard people in the community talking about, well, if Singapore, Japan, and Thailand have regulatory clarity, why isn't XRP live in those corridors? Well, it's because you need to have a very deep liquid market on both sides of that transaction. It's not a one-sided deal, and it is something that has not been achieved yet. And this is something I discussed a week ago, and I brought out two really good examples of interviews from Ryan Zagone. And I didn't mention this, but boy, we should really take a look at this. This is why deep liquidity is the key to institutional investment in blockchain. Bitcoin has the green light, which is why Bitcoin is so liquid. It is the most liquid crypto asset. And the lack of regulatory clarity is why XRP is lagging behind. You see, regulation clarity allows for those institutional investors to invest, trade, hold, sell with no fear of backlash from the powers to be. Brianne Madigan discusses that with David on this Blockstars podcast in June. And she also says that if the U.S. isn't fast enough to develop constructive policy, she warns that you may see strong innovators and leaders in this space set up their business in other jurisdictions. Well, I will tell you that Ripple, the company, is throwing everything but the kitchen sink at this problem. The money they spent in the last quarter for MoneyGram to the tune of 9.3 million on those development fees. And then there's the new ODL lending program that was launched in October. And here we see no longer accepting applications, but there were two positions open in Iceland for jobs that are building out a on-demand liquidity next generation trading platform to provide market access to Ripple's products and a liquidity service for their partners. So things are underway. I know it's taking forever, but there's an acquisition that happened that I think is very significant. First, I want to have you just listen to this Cointelegraph video that was made on an article that they wrote back in July, because this is really going to set it up properly. Have a listen.
Financial Services, a subsidiary of Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings, has bought a $30 million minority stake in British crypto liquidity startup, B2C2. The investment marks the beginning of a strategic partnership between the firms, as B2C2 is set to become SBI's main liquidity provider. As announced on July 1st, the collaboration is aimed to expand SBI's crypto offering to millions of customers. B2C2 is intended to benefit from SBI's distribution network as the London-based startup launches an electronic prime brokerage. A spokesperson at B2C2 told Cointelegraph that the investment is one of the largest in the digital asset industry this year, declining to disclose more details about the deal. The representative continued, ultimately, bringing together B2C2's sophisticated asset liability management framework, valuable client base and deep expertise in trading and prime brokerage with SBI's balance sheet strength will be a game changer, uniquely positioning us to tap the $20 billion a year prime brokerage market. The news comes shortly after SBI revealed plans to launch a crypto investment fund. SBI CEO, Yoshitaka Kitao, announced the plans in a June 26 investor presentation, claiming that the fund will become Japan's first digital asset fund. As reported, SBI's new crypto fund will mostly operate XRP, which is planned to account for 50% of the fund's portfolio. Other digital assets include Bitcoin BTC and Ether ETH, comprising 30% and 20%, respectively, based on a chart from SBI's presentation. The latest minority stake acquisition is the first time SBI invested in B2C2, a spokesperson at the company told Cointelegraph. B2C2 is primarily self-funded with the majority owned by B2C2's founders, the representative said. Co-founded in 2015 by Max Boonin, a former Goldman Sachs trader, B2C2 is a major over-the-counter, or OTC, trading platform. In an email to Cointelegraph, a B2C2 spokesperson claimed to be the largest market maker in XRP. SBI has been actively involved in a number of crypto projects, paying special attention to XRP. As reported, Ripple has been a major crypto partner of SBI Holdings, providing solutions for their joint venture SBI Ripple Asia, which was formed to promote XRP usage in Asian financial markets in 2016. On June 18, Adam Trademan, CEO of SBI Ripple Asia, said that Ripple has started to roll out its on-demand liquidity in Asia.
So we are thinking that the B2C2 was just a 10% share taken by SBI. They are the largest market maker for XRP, and they do play a crucial role in generating a very liquid, active market with institutional expertise. Well, in Friday's slides, that is not 10%. It is actually an acquisition. So SBI obtained approval from the UK's Financial Conduct Authority to acquire a 90% stake of B2C2, a global crypto asset market maker, and expects to become a consolidated subsidiary during the current fiscal year. Additionally, the company started connecting to the SBI VC Trade Exchange, which operates a crypto asset exchange, and they did so in September, so just about a month ago. Now, I went to double check and reference the Japanese slides because I thought, well, maybe that was a mistake in a lost in translation, the 90%, but no, it is also 90% on the Japanese slides. And I did seek out that portion on the audio where we can hear the confirmation again. And I want you to listen to Mr. Kitao. Well, actually, this is translated into English for you.
Also for the cryptocurrency business, globally, whether it be Bitcoin or XRP, this is something that's global. So all the systems need to be global. All the ecosystems need to be made in a global manner. And to that end, we acquired B2C2 from the UK. They are a crypto asset market maker company. We announced that we're going to acquire 30%, but finally, the Financial Services Agency of the UK gave us the approval to acquire 90% of their shares. So this entity will be consolidated. And from the holdings, we acquired Taotao. This is a small issue, but also we endeavor to further increase trading revenue by expanding the customer base and leveraging the strengths of both companies. So going forward, if there are opportunities that are good, we would like to go after them. So we will buy them globally.
So what's also funny in that is that he just briefly talks about acquiring the exchange Taotao, and that was a small issue. So just buying an exchange is just a small issue. But this going from not 10%, but 30% stake to fully acquiring the company is a huge deal. And I thought it would be really fun for you just to see Mr. Kitao in action, to get a glimpse of his personality and when he really gets fired up. Here he is talking about his dislike of the financial structure that is set up with the clearing portion of the Japanese stock market and the exchange. And just listen. I think you're going to get a very good feel for the kind of personality Mr. Kitao has.
積み上げないかんのですが、こんなところが。小振り 4.74% で増えて、そして経常利益率 2019年 50.65%。総理に僕はこの数字を 50.65 言った。総理と言われたのは通信より高い利益率です。これは。
It's too high.
ありえないですよ。
This is bad, you know.
法理固定負債はほぼなく、堅調な業績で利益剰余金の積み増しは460億円。現金及び預金の残高285億円ですよ。これをおかしいと思いませんか、君たち。
I think this is really strange.
まず、こういうことを直す。
It's bad. It needs to be fixed
第二、あん
now.
まりこれは直すのは時間かけてられません。
This is very
Timing is everything.
timing is everything. This is bad.
日本は5月21日スーパーシティ法案が成立し、規制緩和と先端技術の導入でスマートシティの実現が大きく動き出す。今日も役員会でうちの
I think that gives you a good feel. When he doesn't like something, you know he doesn't like it. All right. Well, on the 1st of November, just for a little bit of clarity now, we learned that the Vietnamese banks are allowed to use an e-wallet for their international payments. This is great because SBI is running RippleNet between the TP Bank in Vietnam and SBI. So this is really, really, really good news. And China, they are creating global regulatory framework for digital currency. And this is the actual communication that Xi Jinping put together. I'll put a link to it in the description below, but it is quite interesting to see that they are, wow, they're not wasting any time at all. And just a little fun story, the Ripple whales are spiking over the last 6 months. This is something that I thought was interesting. 19% increase in the holders of XRP that have wallets from 100,000 to 1 million. So now 17,387 wallets are of that size. And then within the $1 million to $10 million range, it's had a 2% increase, and wallets that are over 10 million, which there are only 309, did increase 10%. So there are some serious hodlers out there. Now, if you are ready, we're going to jump to the fluff. And what you're looking at here is a Japanese technique for preserving trees in heavy snow. It gives these trees that are so lovingly pruned some extra support. And this is the time of year right now that this is done. It's called yuki suri. Yuki meaning snow, and suri meaning to suspend, to hang, or to wear. It prevents the limbs from breaking from that weight. And this is just really an art form that is often passed down generation to generation in terms of the expertise, and it's taken very serious, and it's done everywhere from public spaces to even people's homes. This is an example of a yukisuri that has been set up with somebody who has this beautifully pruned pine in their front yard with their cat hanging out as well. This is also tsubaki, which is a wintertime flower in Japan. It's nice to have a flower that blooms in the wintertime. And then after it's set up, they even can create these attractions at nighttime where they light them up. And when the snow falls, it looks like this. Really beautiful. And so the trees then make the winter months without breaking those beautiful branches. So then a little bit of some humor here. This is Felicimo. They are an organization that sells a lot of cat toys and cat stuff to actually raise money for education and also free spay and neuter for cats, because you know that if you just let the cats go wild. You have too many kitties that don't have homes. So this is one of those online stores that give a percentage of their revenue to that fund. But this is something that they did make. They are pouches. Talk about humor. So you have to understand this is all about a company that is promoting to neuter the males, and they have made these pouches. Well, you can see I don't even need to explain, but I think it's really, really fun. All right, everybody. Yes, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.